What's up, guys? It's Royal Angel here. This is a rather special video that I made. This is actually a request from a particular YouTube user who commented on my video, saying that he made a non-OPI version of Jouster's AC Heaven's Ray, but he doesn't make videos, so he doesn't have a chance to showcase it, and he doesn't make videos, so he wanted to, I'm guessing he wanted to submit this AC as an AC request for Buster TBM. You guys would know Buster TBM. I'm guessing he wanted to submit this AC for Buster TBM's ongoing video series of Your Last Raven AC in a Video. But he already has a separate build that he will submit for that video series next season. So yeah, he would not have a chance to showcase it on TBM's channel. So I decided, you know what? Why don't you give it to me? I'll showcase it for you, since we're all part of the AC community, and you're by far the only one. He said that you're the only other the AC content maker that I can rely on, other than TBM. So he's decided to send me the build. So yeah, here's the AC that he wanted me to make. To that user though, I wanna address something, is that you named this AC Heaven's Ray Kai, but the issue with this is that I cannot name this AC any more than 12 characters. So, which is a shame, because if they did, then I would have been able to fit the Kai at the back, but they wouldn't allow me to go any further than the Ray word. So forgive me, but I still like it though. I mean, it does look, the frame, it's just, look at the colors itself, it already does look like Heaven's Ray. So I guess you could just take it as the non-OPI Heaven's Ray instead of Heaven's Ray Kai. I mean, I know that you named it Heaven's Ray Kai, but I think that the non-OPI Heaven's Ray would fit better, since this AC does not use OPI, but it's still pretty potent. So yeah, here we have the build that he wanted me to make. I'm making it on behalf of him. Heaven's Ray Kai. It has the Wyvern shotgun, the Nyx machine gun, the Nymphy missile launcher on the back, and a blade in the hanger. The Wyvern is an energy shotgun that's not quite, it's not widely used. In fact, I'd say it's one of the most underused weapons in this game, besides rockets. It's just something about the Wyvern that is not very applicable in majority of the gameplay. Like in this game, the Wyvern's not a very applicable weapon, because it is an energy shotgun, but I mean, look at that. It has only 50 rounds, and the attack power on it's not that high either. And just compare that with the solid shell shotguns. You would see that the Wyvern is, like, it's not as good as a weapon as the solid shell shotguns. But this does not mean that the Wyvern is a bad weapon. In fact, I dare say that the Wyvern is actually, I dare say, an almost Kurosawa-like weapon if you use it correctly. Like that Wyvern shotgun, I would say it's like an handheld energy slug gun. I mean, it has the sound of a slug. It emits the sound of a slug gun when it's fired, and it does have decent heat stress. So yeah, that's something about the Wyvern. And of course, we also have the Nyx machine gun, which is always a nice machine gun to have. Of course, the Nyx machine gun, if you use it as a standalone weapon, it's not going to be very good. But if you use it alongside other weapons, then the Nyx is very handy and very useful. And of course, we also have the Nymphy missile launcher on the back, which is also a very nice missile launcher. It's quite accurate and decently light. And then you also have my favorite blade, my favorite laser blade of this game, on the left hanger. I know that you guys may not know this, but I actually have two separate control schemes for my dual wielding, for my ACs that dual wield weapons, and for my ACs that have a blade. I have two control schemes for those. Like, because I'm playing this game on a DualShock controller, just so you guys know. I'm playing this on my PlayStation 3 controller. I hooked it up on my PC and I did everything, the installation of the software required to run it. So I managed to let the PS3 be hooked up to the PC, and I'm now playing. I've been playing the game. I've been playing Silent Line, AC3, and Last Raven Portable, all with my PS3 controller, and I'm following. For most of the time, I'm following the classic control scheme, which is the old control scheme that most of the old games have. For those of you guys that played the PS1 and the PS2 games, you all would know what I mean when I say the classic control scheme, which is like the square, triangle, circle being like the firing of the weapons and everything. So in Last Raven, or in all of the games, all of the AC games I play, I actually have two control schemes for my ACs that have a blade and those that dual wield. So the difference is that the classic control scheme, the left arm weapon is your circle button on your DualShock controller. But I find that it doesn't mesh very well with me. So what I did was the triangle button, which is the switching of the weapons. I switched out the circle and the triangle buttons. Like originally in the classic control scheme, the left arm weapon button was the circle and the switching of weapons was the triangle button. So when I dual wield, all I just do is to change these buttons. Like the triangle, I change the triangle button to the left arm weapon and the circle to the switching of the weapon. Whereas for the blade, ACs and everything, I just follow the standard control, the normal control scheme, which is the classic one. So that's something that I wanted to tell you guys, because when I build ACs, I usually only go it's either I dual wield or I blade. It's either I have a single weapon on the AC with a blade, no dual wielding, or I dual wield, but I don't have a blade. And this AC, it just so happens to have a blade in the hanger, even though I'm dual wielding, so forgive me if my blading skills happen to suck. But anyways, I think you heard enough from me talking. Let's go ahead and fight with the original Heaven's Ray. I don't want to fight him in too enclosed of a space. I mean, as you guys know, you would know that majority of my fights take place here in the arena, but I don't want to keep sticking to that same place because you guys will get bored of me going into the arena and fight stuff all over and over again. So I'm deciding to fight Jouster elsewhere rather than the arena. You know what? After thinking for a while, I decided, you know what? Why not fight at the airbase? I've not fought many opponents there. So what happened here, guys? I'm sorry if the recording got cut off halfway there, but I don't know why, but this version of Bandicam only allows me to record like friggin' 10 minutes of gameplay before it stops. That's why I apologize if the gameplay suddenly got cut off, or the recording suddenly got cut off. That's because it friggin' automatically stops. But anyways, I'm fighting Jouster at the airbase. Since I didn't want to make it too claustrophobic, I didn't want to fight Jouster in too claustrophobic of an environment, so I picked the airbase, since it's also not that bad of a map. And well, as you can see here, it's going not that well, but I'm in the AP league, which is good. And you see, the Wyvern shotgun's actually not bad of a weapon at all. I mean, I'm dealing some decent damage. Look at that. You know what I suggest? It's just my own opinion, but I recommend putting ECM makers on this AC. I mean, that's just my suggestion. But anyways, I'm totally gonna win this. I'm totally gonna win this. He's in the AP lead. He has no chance of catching up. You can shoot me as much as you want, bro. You ain't gonna win. Okay, I'm not kind of screwing up here. Oh, you're trying to slug gun me? Well, how about I energy shotgun you, then you see how your your slug gun does against me. You know what, I'm thinking right now, maybe if you were to run the Nymphy on this thing, I wouldn't advise using the Limpet. Like, the Limpet is good, but if you were to use the Nymphy missile, something like the Nymphy, I would not recommend this FCS. I would recommend something like the F-73 or something. Oh, great, and that's it, I'm out of my Wyvern, and I had to finish him off like this. You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna try and finish him off with a blade. Oh, come on. I was so close. Again. Oh well, I didn't hit him with the blade there, but at least I hit him with the blade wave. Oh well. So yeah, as you can see there, this AC is not bad at all. Actually, it can do quite a lot of damage. But just something about the Wyvern, though, you saw how quickly it ran out of ammo. And it's also because I was largely missing my shots there. So forgive me. But anyways, I actually like this AC frame. But maybe if I were to make some changes where is maybe to the FCS, because this FCS, like, it's good, don't get me wrong, but if you were to use it with a missile launcher like the Nymphy, I would recommend using something like the F-73H, because it's much more handy, and it's a horizontal lock type, and it's lighter too, and it has a much faster lock time for missiles. Or if you don't want to use this, or if you don't want to use the F-73H, the Monju FCS. The Monju FCS is also viable if you don't want the F-73H, because this thing can have 6 locks with the missile, which matches with the Nymphy, because the Nymphy can fire a maximum of 6 missiles, which is not bad in my opinion. So that's my suggestion if you were to make any changes to it. And aside from that, the Wyvern, as you all know, it's not a bad weapon, but it's not very applicable. Like, I find that its lack of ammo, it's a hindrance to So maybe if you were to change the right arm weapon, I'm guessing you could use a shell shotgun, a solid shell shotgun, perhaps. But yeah, the Wyvern is, I wouldn't say it's bad, but really, like, I can see why this gun is so underused. You know, so that's the other suggestion, to change the Wyvern for something else. As for the Nyx machine gun, I guess this thing could stay on. I mean, the Nyx machine gun is really good if you use it alongside another right arm weapon, so provided it's not a long range weapon. And as for the blade, I wouldn't. I guess you could leave it on, but if it were up to me, I'd personally go for a another gun or something. Like, cause I don't usually dual wield with a blade, so. And maybe instead of the Golgi, how about going for some screeds? Like the defense on it, you see, look at the defense shell and energy. It's not really that good, especially the energy defense is really lacking. So I'm recommending maybe you want to switch out one of the parts for the energy screen or something. But the Golgi is, I'm not saying that you shouldn't leave the Golgi on, but I just find that it's not really that useful. I'm just saying that maybe if we want to opt for some more defense, you might want to remove some of the optional parts for this optional part. So that's my other suggestion. The frame wise, there's nothing really much to say about the frame, but I'm guessing if you want to have a little bit more, I don't know, cooling wise, maybe the macaque would be a viable option, because this is by far the most well-rounded lightweight arm you can have. There's nothing really much else I can say about it, really. Aside from the FCS, the energy shotgun, and the optional parts, there's nothing much for me to add on to it, really. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this special video. And to this user, I also thank you for allowing me to showcase your AC in action. So, I'll see you guys in the next video.